Hey, what's up? This is my, I would say, official first video regarding my book. So bear with me. You'll see me fumble here and there, but as I get the hang of it, you'll slowly see me get my rhythm. So, with that being said, the like I say, my name is Cordero Bailey. The name of my book is The Art of Understanding Misunderstandings, titled "What Do You Mean Under the Laws of Opinion?" And the reason I wrote it is because of the misunderstandings. When I say misunderstanding after misunderstanding after misunderstanding, it was to the point like it's frustrating to try to communicate with anyone really, and you seem to always, whether you right, wrong, it didn't matter. Somehow you constantly hitting a barrier of communication. So I decided to just, figure out why. And it was through constantly arguing with it, believe it or not, that I came to my book. So I was so frustrated. I mean, I say frustrated, I was arguing with this person so much that I got so mad that I decided to just write it down. And it was the best thing that I could have did because from it, I got my book. So with that said, what is the art of understanding misunderstandings? Well, before we can even begin my book, I need you to be sure. When I say sure, I need you to be sure that you understand completely the rules of opinion. What are the rules of opinion? Nobody asks these questions. Nobody even, I don't think, even asks why. What do anything mean? They just go off of emotion, especially when it comes to logic. Emotion, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, when it comes to rules of opinion, we got to come to acknowledgement of agreement, which is when you come to an understanding for that you both know. When I say, if you're somebody who call yourself being somebody who can communicate, got comprehension skills, and or emotional intelligence and impulse control, then you should definitely be able to communicate with anyone. If you lack any one of them four, it will be impossible for you to communicate with anybody. With that said, um, if you don't believe me, I implore you to ask yourself, why? How am I wrong? Do you even know what I mean when I say the laws of opinion are the art of understanding misunderstandings? Do you? 9 times out of 10, you don't. I don't even think this is daily information in or I would say thought patterns that people have on a regular basis. If they did, misunderstandings wouldn't happen. Common sense is not common for a reason. It's obviously something, whether you being emotional, illogical, whatever, somewhere the disconnection is happening, and that's where my book come in. I'm trying to bridge that gap, build that connection. So, of course, when it comes to rules of opinion and laws of facts, which is what the hell is a opinion? Well, opinion for one is not a fact. So I don't give a damn how you want to go about it. How you can say the color blue is green until your face turn blue. It don't change the fact that the color is still blue. I'm gonna reverse that when I get further in my book, but you'll get what I mean. And if you comprehend what I'm saying, then you know. When it comes to facts, your opinion don't mean shit, and that's a fact. So, when it comes to the rules of opinion, you have to understand ain't no right or wrongs. Under the rules of opinion, ain't no right or wrong. Now, as iron sharpen iron, you can just give me your unique perspective, belief, and or point of view, just like I can give mine. And like any opinion is like an excuse. An asshole, if you may. Everybody got one. They're entitled to it, and it's okay. You could be wrong, but you could be right. Either way, it's just your unique perspective, belief, and or view. So who am I to say, what's right or wrong based on my own personal belief, perspective, or view? So if anything, once we come to that acknowledgement and agreement that there ain't no right or wrong, it's just iron and sharper iron exchange of information for its understanding, then that opens the door to, actually eliminate confusion, misunderstanding, criticism. A lesson. You're somebody who can actually withhold or withstand constructive criticism. Otherwise, nah, it'll just be one heartache after the next, and really, it's just, man, you'd be surprised how when it comes to most disagreements and arguments, it's just a common misunderstanding. I said something, you heard something else, and because that's how you feel, I don't give a damn if it didn't make sense. If your emotion is involved, all logic, reason, and understanding goes out the window. And it's crazy, but that's just how a lot of people are. They run off emotion and don't even know why. And man, that's a crazy state to be in if you can't be logical. I didn't say you ain't supposed to have emotion, because that's where companion, love, and the rest of those things that make up, the divine divinity between masculine and feminine energy. But this is not that. This is just a common misunderstanding that we as men and women, no matter what age group, thought, bad, I mean, not thought, but background, whether it's religion, whatever, we all have our own unique belief, perspective, and view. And everyone's is different. Everyone is entitled to have those different perspectives, beliefs, and point of views. But when it comes to facts, your opinion don't mean shit. Not even a little bit. Now, when we how to separate the two? Well, when it comes to, I would say, what is an on limits when it comes to an opinion. Um, 9 times out of 10, anything on limits about opinion is debates, discussions that's non-personal subject matters. All that is fair game, without judgment. Otherwise, it just causes unnecessary misunderstandings. Now, when it comes to facts, well, shit, we can all agree what is a fact. Well, whether it's personal or a sensitive matter, your opinion, no opinion really can argue against the truth, if you may, because a lie can be told 1,000 ways, but the truth will always remain the same. I don't give a damn who you is. Well, with that said, what's off limits? Well, kids, a person's personal self, mindset, feelings, unless agreed upon, that's where constructive criticism come in. These are things that, unless open for discussion and able to accept as constructive criticism, these will always be triggers. Always. I don't give a damn who you talking to. If it's those are the only things that's off limits, unless that constructive criticism is invited in. Otherwise, it's just going rabbit hole you go, and next thing you know, you're gonna say something that it's gonna actually make it escalate into more than what it is, and after that point, it's all that. So the best way to get around that before it can quickly escalate down the rabbit hole of confusion is to do one literally simple thing, and that's just ask, hey, what the hell you mean by that? What do you mean? Literally, that's all you got. What do you mean? That is, it seems so simple, yet somehow it's the most common thing nobody do. When I say nobody, nobody. That's why I wrote this book, and that's why I feel it's important and necessary that I, share it with the world and put it out there. Like I said, hopefully this makes sense, and it's not too much confusion, because that's the whole point of my book, is to eliminate confusion, so that way we can get to the root of everything, and actually communicate. You'd be surprised how many broken relationships, friendships, or whatever ships is just destroyed, all because we couldn't ask, what do you mean, without our feelings telling us that's what you meant. That's not how it works. That's not how communication will ever be.